What's up, MuchMusic Sadé here, and today the 2026 Grammy nominations have come out, so let's talk about it. After sweeping the 2025 Grammy Awards, Kendrick Lamar is leading this year with 9 nominations, Lady Gaga is just on his heels with 7, and tied for 6 nominations is Sabrina Carpenter, Leon Thomas, and Bad Bunny. It's also worth noting that producers Jack Antonoff and Circuit are tied with Lady Gaga for 7 nominations. Now, a little update for this year's awards. We have 2 new categories. We have Best Album Cover, which I'm super excited about because I am an illustrator, so can't wait to check these out. And after Beyonce's win in Best Country Album, the category has now been split in 2. So we have Best Traditional Country Album and Best Contemporary Country Album. Now, I'm not really sure how I feel about that, but also I'm not a country music girl, so for the country music fans out there, does this make sense or is this kind of sus? It's also worth mentioning that the submissions for the Grammys goes from end of August 2024 to end of August 2025. So for the Swifties, sorry to tell ya, but The Life of a Showgirl will not be included in this year's Grammy noms. But let's get into some of the major categories this year. Today we're gonna talk about Song of the Year, Record of the Year, Best New Artist, and Album of the Year. These are the nominations for Best New Artist, and it's very interesting to see who's on this list. First of all, I'd love to give a shout out to Olivia Dean and Lola Young, our British stars who are on the list, who are so deserving. And I know Olivia Dean has been around for a while, so it's great to see her getting her recognition here. I'm a big fan of the Marias, so I'm glad to see them on this list. And of course, I'm rooting for our girls, Cat's Eye. They've been having an incredible year with back-to-back hits, got me doing a little bit and a little bit. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So I'm glad to see that they're on this list, and it's so cute even to see their reactions online to this news. Addison Rae was quite the surprise. It's crazy to see someone come from doing TikTok dances and being on TikTok to now being a Grammy award-winning artist. But honestly, she's been working so hard, so I'm not surprised to see her on this list. And everyone else included Leon Thomas, Somber. They had major years and major projects. I connected with so many of us this year, so I'm glad to see that they're getting their recognition as Best New Artist in 2026. Now for Song of the Year on the nominations list, we got Lady Gaga, we have Doechii, Bad Bunny, Sabrina Carpenter, and as no surprise, there's Golden from K-pop Demon Hunters. This song is such a phenomenon, coming from an animated movie to being one of the biggest tracks of the year. Huntrix isn't even a real group, but I feel like the girls who voice the characters, 2026, I want to see a world tour. Luther by Kendrick Lamar and SZA were on the Billboard charts for 30+ weeks, so it's no surprise to see them on the list. And our girl Billie Eilish, honestly, I feel like she was snubbed at last year's Grammys, so I'm glad to see her on the list this year. Next, we have Record of the Year, and the difference between Record of the Year and Song of the Year is song is just the song itself, while Record of the Year includes all the songwriters, composers, producers for that single. Again, we have a lot of familiar faces here, but we have the addition of Chappell Roan for The Subway and Rosé and Bruno Mars for Apata. I know the K-pop fans are gonna be super happy about that. I love seeing Rosé on this list, but we don't see our girls Jennie or Lisa, and I know some of y'all are gonna have something to say about that. But I really think Apata is gonna be a huge contender for Record of the Year. Everyone on this list is super deserving, but I'm rooting for Doechii, Bad Bunny, and Rosé, so let me know what you guys think, but those are my faves right now. Lastly, we have Album of the Year, and in this category, we got Bad Bunny, Justin Bieber, Sabrina Carpenter, Clips, Lady Gaga, Kendrick Lamar, Leon Thomas, and Tyler, the Creator. Again, I feel like all of these albums made sense. Bad Bunny having a crazy year with his residency in Puerto Rico, and he's performing at the Apple Music Super Bowl halftime show. So this is a huge year for Bad Bunny, and honestly, I'm rooting for him in all categories. We also got Justin Bieber, who released not 1, but 2 albums, but Swag is on the list for Album of the Year. We got Daisies on Yukon going crazy in 2025. Those were giving songs of the summer. Leon Thomas, again, nominated for some big categories. I think he's the underdog this year, but he's definitely so deserving. Mutt was everywhere, and I think it's kind of reigniting my love for R&B. I feel like this wasn't a big year for hip hop, so it's really good to see that Clips was on this list. I still think that their album was a little underrated. I don't think it was talked about enough, so I'm glad that it's included in our Album of the Year categories. Now let's talk about some of the snubs for the 2026 Grammy nominations. Lord's highly anticipated 4th studio album Virgin came out this year, and it was very, very successful. And we even had The Weeknd's Hurry Up Tomorrow, which was nominated after he was on a 4-year boycott of the Grammys, but again, didn't quite make the list for this year's Grammys. And to me, that's honestly a travesty. I feel like The Weeknd called them out on some questionable activity, and they're still mad about it because that project was a masterpiece. I'm curious who you guys think was snubbed this year. We had so many talented artists releasing albums, from Gracie Abrams to Lisa to Jenny. So I'm curious who you guys think should have been on one of these lists for the Grammy nominations of 2026. But that's all I got for you guys today. Would love to continue the conversation in the comments so we can kind of chitty chat about our thoughts and opinions about the nominations for this year. The Grammys will air on February 1st, so we'll catch you then. That's all for now. Peace out. Much love.